The team heads deeper into the country on a school bus. Driving 240 miles takes 12 hours. Destination, Butere, Kenya. On a Sunday, worship starts shortly after daybreak and ends late in the afternoon. Even in a country where life is hard, faith and joy come alive here.
The passion of it, just unbelievable. And the place was just so alive. Hands in the air and dancing and spinning.
The music is so fun, so lively, so upbeat. It just captures you. And they'll dance for hours.
Oh, you don't run out from the kitchen.
Days in Kenya move quickly from emotionally charged to the mundane.
I hop around everywhere.
During the downtime, the group is still working on projects, like painting personal chalkboards for the students to conserve paper.
Malembe! How are you? Fine.
Children show up to greet the team wherever they go. This time, we're at the site for the permanent medical clinic.
This clinic is a direct result of our medical outreach 2 years ago. Because at the end of the medical outreach, there were so many who said, now you're just going to go home. You know, you treated us for 3 days, you gave us medicines, and now you're going to go home, and what are we going to do? And so I said, no, we're not done. This is only the beginning. It's only a start. Great, it's a big room. Looks great. So our goal and hope is that this will become a first-rate AIDS treatment center. So we're really excited about what's happening here. It looks great.
One thing I see in the future, we are going to, in the medical area, we are going to have a center that will provide medicine and a health facility for people so that they don't need to travel so far. And people die just when they're referred to go somewhere else and they can't, so they go back home and the disease just sort of kills them. We hope that the death rate will go down. Yep.
Until that day, the group works outside Bishop's home, preparing for the 4-day medical outreach by sorting through the nearly 1,000 pounds of donated over-the-counter and prescription medicines carried over in 19 suitcases.
This isn't going to hurt. I mean, it's just what they have is really high doses of the B vitamins, because if you're not eating carbs, that's what you're going to miss. But
you have Centrum over here?
They moved it. That was over there.
Long after dinner, everyone stays up late to count pills, placing them in paper envelopes so they're ready to hand out to patients in the morning.
Well, if you have halves.
In the quiet of the morning, the patients come, walking many miles, carrying the heavy load of trying to keep their families healthy. As the healthcare crew turns classrooms into examination rooms, patients move from one waiting area to another. This is where team members with no medical background go to work. They share their life experiences, everything from food to dating.
Have you heard of pizza? You know what pizza is? Oh, we love pizza. We have places that will bring pizza to our house. So we get on our phone, and we call the pizza place and say we want a pizza pie, and they'll bring the pizza right to us.
You are free to date other girls, too. You don't have to just date that girl. So you say, will you go out with me? And we go and we have fun. And then the next weekend I might say, will you go out with me? Yeah, and then we'll go and have fun. But sometimes after you find someone you really, really like, and then you are going, they call it going steady. So you would be my only girlfriend if we were going steady. Yeah?
Esther Ndanje.
We're seeing a lot of malaria. The children, most of them have worms, some intestinal infections, some upper respiratory infections, and so we're giving them medicine. So I feel good about it. I think they're going to feel real good after, or better anyway, after we've taken care of them.
We're just hitting the tip of the iceberg here. We're not really getting into it. This is long term here, and hopefully when the clinic is built, that will help take off some of that pressure.
Any cases that are unclear are referred to Dr. Jack Dinamoto or his wife Lena, who is also a doctor.
In most cases, a clinic like this one just deals with acute problems. Somebody has been sick for 3 days, and then we happen to come, and I think they praise God that we actually came at the right time. Those ones, they benefit very well. And then there are some of them, it happens that this is the first time they are actually diagnosed with an illness which they never knew. So I think it's a great time for the people of this area.
This, you take all three.
The makeshift pharmacy fills prescriptions through a window of the school offices.
How are you?
The dental office is the lightest corner of a classroom. Police officer Paul Modry becomes the dental assistant, using his hand to cradle patients' heads and holding a flashlight for dentist Melanie Morrow.
You have some cavities, hon, but unfortunately, I don't have a drill here to fix them.
If they're telling me they have some pain and it's broken in 2 or more places, then I've been maybe suggesting taking it out. It's difficult to do. I mean, because my mind, when the first few patients, was racing how I could be fixing this at home if I had a drill. But, I just know that's not possible this time.
Are you feeling anything? No? Let me know if you are, okay?
Melanie yanked more than 85 teeth in 4 days. Even Paul joined in and pulled 17 just to keep the patients moving. The mission team is trying to keep these lines and the waiting time down by applying lessons it learned at the last medical outreach. In 2004, a team saw more than 2,000 patients in just 3 days, overwhelming the staff and sending some home without seeing a doctor. So this time, leaders insisted no public announcement. These people found out either through the church or simply by word of mouth. News of free medical care spreads quickly here.
We had such huge lines, and they kept saying, work faster, but these people waited days to see us, and I thought, I'm going to make sure that they get my full attention for the time that they're there.
Each healthcare provider sees an average of 100 people each day, like 64-year-old James Waokama, who cares for his 9 orphaned grandchildren.
You are doing something very important to we people of our area here, because this is a great help from God. This is a great help from God, particularly a person like me who has been helped so much.
And so his father really basically was on pain management.
The Anungo family walked 2 miles to thank Ruth for her compassion at the outreach in 2004. Back then, they met the team at the gate, pushing the paralyzed Wilson Anungo in a wheelbarrow. Ruth decided to pay for hospice care at an area hospital.
And that's why I've decided to come and say thank you for that good work. I'm very happy to what you did.
Irene and Florence. Big smiles.
Florence Uma has also come to say thank you for saving her life. She is an HIV-positive widow, one of about 130 who have accepted their diagnosis, support each other, and educate the community. The group is called Tushiriani, Swahili for Let's Not Keep This in the Dark.
She says right now, like many of us, she says like many of them in the Tushauriani group, many of them would be dead right now, or many will be, almost dying. But when the group came in, as she looks at her life, as she flashes back at what was happening, the way her health was so much deteriorated. But now when the group came in and they came together, the group has really helped them because her health has really improved, and many of the group members, their health are really improved.
This is exactly what we need. So if there's
One
a
of
way
Ruth Dietz's missions on this trip is to check in with the Tushiriani group and its leader, Ruth Bondi, known as Matron. In 2004, Ruth Dietz decided to begin paying for all the medical needs for HIV-positive widows and widowers. The program pays for qualifying tests, treatment of secondary infections, and food to make the antiretrovirals work. The good news is, it's saving lives.
The community has come to accept that HIV is not a killer disease. When we find that one person is being disturbed with the community because she or he is positive, we simply organize and go there and create awareness, and then this person gets accepted. For example, we had one woman who could not even be accepted to go to the river. If she went to the river, the other women ran away. Yeah. So when we went there, we created awareness. They all saw that this is not a disease that you get from drawing the water and another one drawing the water. Out of this, we have seen people wake up, people help each other, and I'm just excited about it.
Me, I'm so thankful because everybody had said I am dying next day.
Teresa Ateya came straight from the hospital just to thank the Americans. Since beginning on antiretrovirals, she now has the energy to raise 5 children alone. Her husband died of AIDS in 2001. John Shikuli was so sick, he wrote his last will for the 5 children he cares for by himself.
But when I began taking the drugs, I'm very okay right now. And many are surprised in the village, like because they all had given up hopes about me. And in the group, as we continue, the way we continue to encourage one another and advise one another, and get the teachings. It has given us the guts to even tell the public about the status we are in and that we can live with AIDS.
Beatrice Maruka has suffered countless losses. She miscarried 9 times. Then her husband died of AIDS in 1995. Ask her where she thinks she would be, what her life would be like if she didn't have this group and the medical care.
I would have died. I'll be dead right now. As she says, I'll be dead. She says, I'll be dead. I'll be dead, she says.
Thank you for inviting us to your home. Really come far from here to Buteri. That's far. Thank you for coming this morning to Buteri. Meet with us there.
After insisting that Ruth and Bishop Ongudi come with her, Beatrice proudly shows off her traditional home.
The key is educating the community and convincing the community that there's hope, that they should be tested, they should know that they can be treated. I think we're on the way to better days. You're starting at something new here, and we're just at the beginning.
Okay, she's getting an arrow root.
From taking someone who was so sick, who couldn't really care for themselves, and to see that the medicines are really making them strong again. To watch Beatrice, who is 50 years old, being able to use a djembe to dig a root, that's amazing. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice, so you're strong.
Yeah, una nguvu. Yeah.
So you're an inspiration to us.
Yeah, unatutia moyo tuwasaidie. Yeah.
You look good. You look so good and strong.
Yeah.
19-year-old Jacqueline Mwanza shows up to express her gratitude for the ARVs. She never learned to write her own name and had a daughter at age 14. Yet she giggles with joy, talking about her physical recovery from AIDS.
She's feeling good where she is now, and I pray that she would continue to be stronger and stronger to bring up her girl so that the girl will become big.
To get that kind of a hug from somebody who's just really thankful and really appreciative, just because they're alive, because they're able to live and be well, that was amazing.